And when they got caught mid, I think they expected that Mad was just going to go take the free dragon because Jensen was showing top, and TL are trying to basically trade tier 2 top for the dragon. But instead of going there, Mad says, well, we don't need to take the dragon, we'll just dive you.
Yeah.
And we saw Santorum was too far forward, CoreJJ didn't have enough space from him from the Lantern, so they both die. That goes to the Baron, which still did fend off, but they just completely lost all tempo on the map. They ended up getting, overstaying at a dragon, they die there, they lose Baron, and really, I think that was the point where everything kind of just fell apart.
Yeah, once they got Baron, you're playing into a comp that relies on TF for side laning, but they have to answer with team fights, and we can see it right there. Alfari jumps in with the Jarvan ult. Yes, you're behind right now, but there's not really much follow-up, right? You can't really flash into your Jarvan ult onto the AD carry or whoever it may be that you're targeting. And importantly, there's not a lot of interrupt. If Santorum uses his pillar to gap close, the MS ult is almost uncancelable if Alfari is forced to EQ ult into the fight to get in there in the first place. So their comp was great in the early game, but once you drop the ball, it really becomes hard to team fight.
Yeah, that's the thing for me, right? A cannon that went down 0-4 can still be relevant if you find the space to start and force the team fights. He became incredibly relevant. Another person who was relevant, and we have to call out, is Kaiser. Obviously, he was a big part of that first blood in the bot lane, but time and time again with the engages as well, never caught.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's the reason that they got the 2v2 kills in bot. He predicted, flash from Jensen in mid, got a kill there. The engage where I was talking about TL, the wheel, that was him too. That was him as well, catching Santorum, then the follow-up time to get CoreJJ. He played very aggressively, and this was a huge win for Matt, huge win for the LEC, and Kaiser, I think, deserves a lot of credit for it.
You saw it right there on your screen. 100% kill participation from Kaiser. He was absolutely everywhere from that line.
Well, for both of these teams, still alive in the hunt for that quarterfinal spot, but they will need to win their next matchups, which come successively after this. Speaking of the man himself, though, Lore is on the ground in Iceland to hear from Kaiser.
Thank you, Dash and Kaiser. Thank you so much for joining me. The State Farm analyst was just talking about your stats and how good you were with Rakan in this game. How do you reflect on the performance and the impact you had for this game?
I mean, I think it was pretty good. I think we showed that we can still play aggressive, especially with Rakan, right? I think these kind of flash engages really suit us, and they were like stepping up on midwave sometimes, and we were like, yeah, they're trolling, so we just engaged, right? And I think it worked out pretty well for us this game. I think I made some mistakes in where we, in the macro game, but I think we can fix that, and we showed a lot better performance today.
Tell me more about the macro game, because deficit in the early game, you guys came back in the early game from a very chaotic game overall. How did you walk through this game to get the win again? What was difficult for you?
So the Twisted Fate kind of made it difficult for us. I think we kind of expected some of the roams or like TP plays that they made, but I think we didn't defend them correctly. So sometimes like the Silas or like the cannon got doped, right? And that was what kind of put us behind in the early to mid game. But I think we got our way back in by like just as I said, engaging a little bit. I think just farming well in general, because we took a lot of jungle camps from them, like we zoned them out, and we won a lot of fights, right? And even though Cannon and Silence were like getting killed sometimes, I think we still got a lot on the cross map, so we were like not too far behind, and yeah, we could still win fights.
I'm glad that you mentioned Twisted Fate, because it's been a key pick so far in the meta, and we know how it works against Silas, but what is up with the team not banning Twisted Fate, and how strong and problematic the champion really is right now when it comes to draft, especially on your side?
So we thought that while Team Liquid is a pretty good team with TF, I think we thought that Silas was a good enough answer into it, and I think Maverick just wanted to play Silas, so we just let TF open and didn't play Silas. I think it shows that it was a successful right? So we wanted to be without draft at all. Like I think we all got our picks, and we had fun, and there was like.
Very good, very good. Now focusing on EU as a whole, I think
So I think Rogue doesn't have to really be ashamed of themselves. I think they beat FPX. They almost won against C9. I think that could have gone either way this game. So I think them not making it is like not that big of a shame. I think they played really well. I think they can be proud of themselves in the group of death, right? I think placing third is like is fine enough, you know. I think Fnatic, of course, like there's a big, trouble with like team morale or like team situation, like upset having to go home. I think he was their main carry in most of their wins, right? So losing their main carry is a big deal, and I think it showed. And well, yeah, I mean, we can't say that we performed to our like level in EU, right? I think some of the games we lost, we should have maybe won. Like if we played cleaner and if we didn't have like maybe nerfs, I'm not sure what it is, but like I think we're still like in the contention, right? I think we just have to win against LNG today, and then we are gonna force a tiebreaker. And I think in tiebreakers, EU has always been good, right? So no worries about that.
You managed to turn it around in an elimination game today, Kaiser, so that's actually what we were hoping for the Mad Lions. Thank you for the interview. Good luck against LNG later today, and we're gonna take a break now, and we'll be back in a few minutes with TL versus JNG. Stay tuned.
Team Liquid are now in the dangerous position of win or go home. Gen G also 1-1 on the day, not an insurmountable task, but if Gen G wins, they are in the quarterfinals. That is 4 for 4 for the LCK. Right in the wrong, they had a few years back.
Yeah, this one is definitely going to be a very tense match here. Positioning errors with some of these objectives, all on some of them, but again, a lot of these coordination is, things with corners happening has worked out and has gotten them some good steps to build on.
Yeah, I very much agree. I feel like that we've just seen good things from TL today. In game one, they were able to successfully translate their early game lead into something significant. In the second game, they ended up finding team fights that just didn't go their way, and a composition that I think, as Kadra was talking about in the analyst desk, didn't really fit into those team fight styles, especially against what Mad have drafted. So I'm very curious as to what their approach will be here in their third and final game in the group stages. A must win, a necessary win, but potentially one that can get them out of this group, or at least a chance to get out of this group.
At the very least, if Team Liquid win this game, they are at a tiebreaker with Gen G in either a 2- or 4-way tie based on how the other one goes. So a tiebreaker for the lives if they win, and Gen G will be included as they will be 3-3, of course. And once again, if Gen G wins, they are 4-2. They maybe tiebreak LNG, maybe they take it automatically. We'll see which way it goes. Otherwise, it's Mad Lions fighting for that spot. Now, first lead victory.
Already, Team Liquid, I feel like they're going to go for first big misfortune if it makes it all the way through. They are heavily targeting Ruler. Core JJ's foreigner lane opponent, all bottom lane bans from the side of Team Liquid. And if MF gets through, for sure, wrap this one up for tactical. It gives you so many things. It's not just, you know, the lane phase and the team fight phase, but the ability to instantly clear even cannon waves with your ultimate, to run very quickly, rotate with strut. It's very, very big as far as the macro game plus the team fights.
Interesting that Gen G is forcing Talon to a choice here. Do you want to give us Misfortune, or do you want to give us Lee Sin? Because we're quite happy to take either or. We know that Ruler has a very deep champion pool. He's quite happy to play whatever, and it looks like Santorin is going to make the choice to take the Lee Sin for himself. And I think this is the wiser one. The question is... Really? Well, I think that just when you look at what is available into it, with the fact that Xin Zhao is now banned, I just feel like it is the strongest blind pick jungler. The question is, will Flint go for the Viego, which is what we've now seen from that tool?
Okay, well, we shall see, because they just used 3 bottom side bans from Team Liquid to afford Gen G a misfortune Leona bot side instantly out of here. So we get a utility bottom lane from Team Liquid, the Jhin plus Rakan here. Lots of pick potential and lots of playmaking, but not necessarily the same carry potential, the DPS output.
All right, one final pick into the second round of bans. Roles have been answered so far, although Gen G got the cream of the crop. Team Liquid got decent answers. Obviously, Rakan roams can be good, as Rascal back in the lineup, by the way, says, okay, we'll pick a top lane that's going to have a lot of priority. And through the lens of who you're against, I can see it. If the TL win condition is just played through how far at a time, Renekton's pretty good at handling that kind of pressure.
But I feel like that you're just really hamstringing your jungler if you're Gen G now, because Team Liquid, what I expect them to do is ban away the Viego, and then they could even ban away Jarvan if they want to. And remember that Alfari has Gnar, he has Kennen, he has so many options. You can even play Gangplank into this matchup as well, like, and Gangplank into MF. Like, there are so many options that you're giving Alfari and Team Liquid right now. I am very surprised that Gen G would choose to blind them.
Gangplank counting MF is not lore friendly though, Vedius, by the way, so I'm not sure I can pick up onto that one. Wait to see now what the final ban's going to be. You talk about pinching the jungle pool. Jarvan, again, off the table. Want to see what number 2 is. Yeah, Jace, Ryze, sure, they're gone. We probably... I am actually kind of curious which way it goes with mid lane. Obviously, they can wait and give BDD counterpick, or if they say, actually, Syndra's up with no answers, you know, rush pick that. You know, obviously an option there as well. Taking their time, Viego is.
Not a lot of surprises so far for the bans, and then when mid lane, when we get down to it for BDD, biggest this could be a mid lane. This is a mid lane flex. For this team, it is actually mid lane flex possible for BDD. Talia is his 3rd most played champion of all time. He is a very good Talia player, but of course, the classic jungle Talia plus Renekton topside, even though the stun duration got reduced, you can try and combo it. If you're there in position already with Talia and you cast the seismic shove back, then you can still combo for a wombo on topside.
Did you see that win rate though? 90% for Syndra. It's getting better and better and better. It was, you know, 6 out of 7 casting yesterday. They did some more wins on the day. Syndra's been looking good. You mentioned the Gnar. The Gnar is going to be locked in. Of course, if that first stun lands, a mini Gnar is instantly dead in that combo.
I'm surprised that Alfari chose not to go for... That is locked in
it is.
for BDD. Okay, so now I understand the Renekton blind a little bit more, because Renekton Talia, Renekton Nidalee, these are the type of top lane junglers that you would often see when you were playing playing towards the top side of the map. But Talia makes so much sense into the amount of dashes and mobility that you have on the side of TL, the way that you usually need to punish, trying to close the gap. And then also, because they go for the AP jungle, it sets them up to go for the AD mid option as well.
However, with the reduced stun duration on the empowered stun from Renekton, you have to immediately pull this combo off. And we'll wait and look at the rings from Alvari. You can go tenacity in green and yellow for Lunar, and then be able to walk your way out of that combination.
Alright, folks, for Team Liquid, though, you can see they know their backs are now against the wall. A win against Mad Lands would have made the road easier, but now it is rocky, it is uphill, and it goes against BDD twice if it's going to happen at all. Make or break, win or go home, and Alvari spends his 22nd birthday either back in America or back in the UK. It's not going to be spent in Iceland if they do not win this game and the one in front of them. They would have to win a tiebreaker as well to make that road to quarterfinals. BDD, Ruler, and the rest of Gen G. Not only does Ruler get to send his former teammate, former world champion Core JJ back home, he gets to guarantee quarterfinals with the win here.
Here's what I want to see. I want them to do what I call give them the icon treatment. Okay? You just permanently go mid.
You call it that, do you?
Yeah.
That's a recent thing for sure.
Yeah, it is definitely a recent thing. You just camp mid lane. You just try and shut BD down. Yone is at his weakest in the early game. There are very clear windows where you can look to punish this champion. And with a mid jungle duel, Lee Sin Syndra, you have so much mid lane setup, you can look to shut BDD down.
What's funny to me is that you want to do that against BDD, and BDD was the one who soloed Icon twice in a row before 6 minutes.
He's part of the reason why it's called the icon treatment, yes.
He's the one who invented it. I thought you were going to say you want to see from the Team Liquid bottom side, not dying level 1 first blood, blowing all of your summoner spells, especially versus Ruler and the Life, who get the deep ward on red buff. So they will track Santorin's early jungle route, see if he starts on the bottom side, then you know jungle pathing towards top side, and you can go very aggressively with the Misfortune lead.
So both teams able to ward each other's red buffs. Lid decides, I'm just going to make sure you don't steal this one on some kind of wonky pathing, and instead we're just going to go for the defensive play, get a start at blue buff, heavy clear towards top side, as that was the entire point of the comp in the first place was, yeah, Talia Renekton. We're going to go punish a Mininar. That's the entire point of this comp. Sweep will be up on time to get rid of the Trinket Ward, and of course the red buff is on. We'll see the sweep it out after all, but going to be a heavy leash. Both dual lanes going to leash their junglers, and sweep will not be used for Core JJ. They can certainly expect that this was sent, but not going to kill the ward.
So yeah, as you mentioned, I thought it was really interesting that a really useful thing to do with your jungler is Lee Sin, because he doesn't want to trade over the top sweep. So having that ability to be able to clear out some of your own jungle vision is very valuable, but for the J4,
Taking a hold on the Q3, one shot on the Jensen. That's going to land as well.
I will say, too, checking back in on those runes we talked about for Alvari, because he opted for probably Taste of Blood there, and when red secondary doesn't have access to Legend Tenacity, just the Tenacity from unflinching in the Resolve tree. So I'm just so curious, because you know you're going to see it happen. Renekton stun into Talia, attempt on the combo for the seismic sub, if he's still able to survive.
On pace for it. The shield is on, though, so Unity barely takes any damage. Jensen gets his phase rush off, and at this point, I believe the ward would have just seen the fact that the red buff was started, so no longer sees Talia itself. Santorin, of course, on through 4 camps. Red Raptors Grump gets you 3, you take 1, then you cover top lane. Who's going to help make sure that Alvar is okay against Rascal? You can turn around and go for the scuttle. One play here, Rascal will not get a dice, but has to flash it away, and that gives so many options at punishing Alvar.
And it does keep the top priority for the scuttle crab. So by ganking before the spawn of scuttle crab, that's what you get mid lane.
Jensen, Talia is top side, he's able to sidestep it. Playing at the top side of the lane, a bit of a risk.
It's going to go unpunished though, and again, that top grab afforded to Santorin. Spent his early game top side, Narm pushing already. Should be able to cross through mid. BDD chunked down below 50%, and Jensen wants to transfer it towards the
Big trade to the bottom side as well, as Aftershock and Debbie were down, so Life took quite a lot of damage there. It can be hard to push through a tank support though. Back to the potions to look to play, both junglers on the bottom side as well.
I like what Santorin is doing though. He knows that the wave is bouncing in there, that he has control there. The bot lane is trading aggressively to make sure they have the health advantage to be
was very close, but Life trusts in his sidestep, doesn't even flash it. No W landing means no extra kill. Still has heal available. Nobody using any of the numbers.
Well, BDD has flash. Does he get a chance to use it, though? Jensen's so low on mana. He has Biscuits, though. He has a combo. He's baiting with Biscuit and Time Warp Tonic. Not going to find the play. Or Vinny goes away.
I like what BDD did there. There was a question mark thing that came out from either him or a member of his team saying that I'm pretty confident Santorin is going to look for a dive in mid lane right now. And again, this is what I want to see. Playing, trying to shut him down, but he did a great job of playing around it.
He caught because certainly there was mid laners that side right there. Not going to be shot by the Lee Sins. We have to find equal gold between these teams. To move in towards the bottom side.
Back to top side as well.
Not damaged enough. Auto attack. I'll say that is something that I do not know about the breakpoint, but that's
Plus, this is going to be his first recall, so he didn't have any damage really to back up any sort of topside play. Wants to get his purchase off. Getting to your short boots is insane on Talia on your first back. The move speed's so strong with the back that you get close to the wall, surfing through, allowing you to get into these positions and try and play off the CC over other lanes. You can play on either bottom or top. Looks like it's going to be bot this time around. Leona loses the board.
Towards Buddy Shot, there glitters around with BDD. Quick down, no, it's going to have 1v2. He can hold the W and get away. Aggro's the Infernal Dragon, good play by Glitch. Looks like they can claim the scuttle. Yeah, Panther not going to walk up for the smite fight, or will he? CoreJJ's around, 6 health, and Tactical claims it. And Ayan getting grabbed. What else is new in Worlds?
Quite excited about that one. They've also got vision of the jungler, so they know it's his bottom side commitment. That should be Team Liquid Dragon.
Should be happening. Hold on. Smite puts it at 450 and they get it, but now it's going to be a battle coming in. Life wants this one. BDD can ult on the 2. Big damage. Is it going to be a kill just yet? Jensen flashing to safety. BDD low. Ulti not quite going to kill, but Santorin's here. He's going to flash. He needs energy. He needs energy. Jumps into a ward. Clint going to push him back out, though. When does a skill shot land? BDD is safe. Santorin has Conqueror stacked up, decent damage, and they can't kill him just yet. CoreJJ trades it back. Life is in for a stun. Rascal on the way down. CoreJJ gets the knockup, gonna run back to his mid laner, staying alive. Tactical gets the root, forces the heal, gets the reload. Q, Auto gets the kill. The flash, a little bit unrequired, but it's 2-1 Team Liquid.
Both AD carry flashes there. I think because you saw the flash come out from Ruler, Tactical thinks he's got some up his sleeve for an extra heal, so they both answer, but again, Freak is slight lead here for Team Liquid, pushing them out of the river. Also, note that Gnar never moved, so Alfari kept on farming on both sides. Good combination there from Santorin, and here's the big ult from Yone.
So it looks really good for Genji initially, but a great welcome into follow-up from Santorin. I'm curious as to why his Q didn't actually connect there.
Untargetable.
Maybe. In any case, he's not quite able to get that kill onto PDD. And then Santorin's just doing exactly what you said, but he's trying to get energy back by landing these auto attacks. Fortunately for him, Life then flashes in to offer that extra kill. CoreJJ then trades it, and then you have AD carry versus AD carry. Level advantage helping Tactical. And in this situation, I think that he's convinced that his auto attack doesn't go off, so he has to flash, but then he realizes after he flashes that the auto attack
Very
Benjamin all chat. CoreJJ said I upgraded.
Morrison, very
I'll take that bet.
Yeah, no.
Venom,
Meanwhile,
helmet
back to the game.
delicate.
Bottom side, they're going to zone him off. Tactical, no flash. They know it. So Ruler uses the presence of Life here to earn himself some turret plate money.
Pretty good. And looking pretty eventually for Team Liquid. I want to see eventually which way it goes. Not a bad trade off for a good Duggar. Backwards actually not into the wall. Wants the trade. Are you kidding me? He's going to solo kill Rascal. No, the ulti was up the whole time. The house is going to miss, and Alfari has to run away.
Santorin is here.
Santorin can be stuck. Kicks him in, but Alfari's got nowhere to go. Well done, Gen.G. Clid aimed that perfectly.
Oh my word, that was so close for Alfari, and I don't think he wanted to overcommit there. He knew that Rascal still had the ultimate available, and so he wasn't going to take the bait, but Clid was in a better position to respond before Santorin, and with Clid still having the ultimate up, they were able to get a punish. Very unfortunate there for Alfari, because he was extremely close to getting a solo.
Yeah, also, if you look at the mini-map on the rooftop, mid is pushed out right now, so VDD starts heading up when they start this trade. Rascal is just waiting for his ult cooldown.
So close.
Flashes away, gets it. Clid is up there just in time as well. Kicks him off the wall, but it doesn't matter. As you know, still close enough.
Almost gets it into the Renekton. Meant the kill as then Gnar follows through with Q auto, but doesn't come through, and it is Gen.G off 1,000 gold lead. There is a Herald still to summon, but not a single turret has lost plate, so it's just going to be the 320 crash and nothing else.
See Jensen respecting it. He knows that his lane is the focus. But I think the biggest thing for Gen.G right now is that this Yone has just kind of gone through the laning phase pretty free. He hasn't really suffered many ganks. He hasn't really been shut down at all. He still gets to die even after how close that last fight was, and he's slowly starting to ramp up. My biggest concern for TL is who deals with this Yone later on in a side lane, because he is going to scale into this absolute monster.
Meanwhile, looking at your next move, windows for both teams. So bottom side, it's going to be AD carries farming against each other. Meanwhile, 4JJ has to work his way through so many wards. Meanwhile, Life is already combo with Clid.
Trying to knock back, but doesn't get the rest of the Raptors. Experience. Liquid again fighting for their lives here at Worlds 2021. They would love to join their LCS brethren Cloud9 in the quarterfinals. A win means a tiebreaker, a loss means going home. Gen.G, a win means quarterfinals, and it's 4 for 4. That's very good for 3 teams. They're winning a total of 2 games, maybe make it 3, and now JJ looking at BDD, but not going to find any route.
Wow, working in with it. Just for the mid lane completely. And 4JJ, he knows there's a ward here, so not really ready to be on it. Should just be
His priority is just making sure that Rascal's in a comfortable position to push out his wave. And also look for a potential TP if they want to try and contest this trade.
exactly. Clid has ultimate on the Talia, and they've got teleport ready for VDD with a deep ward, so they can easily end it.
Can they burn it in time? Nobody's coming for everybody right now. Cat's going to be locked up. Has Cleanse, does not have Flash. And here comes the rest of Charm. Manaka, big damage, and an execution. Life is down. So is the top winner as Rascal falls, and now it's Curtain's call. Is it that for Gen.G in this game? Fight, played by Santorin. 2 kills and a dragon. Will it be more? Alfari low. Alfari not just dead. Astronaut in outer space. Q's going to land. Clid flashes. Santorin's not ready to follow, but Jensen is. A healing potion keeps Clid alive. Jensen, he's going to throw the ball. He's going to find the kill. Tactical, flashing away. Support is dead. BDD from 5 to 4 lands the knockup. Santorin's on the chase though. Red Smite means damage. Has to respect it though. BDD still goes down. Team Liquid tie the game back up in gold.
What a bloodbath, boys! The Dragon goes over to Team Liquid, but Gen.G can push on bottom side while Jensen moves towards mid. There's still time to farm plates in the aftermath, Medius.
What a crazy fight, but ultimately it's TL that come out on top. They get more kills, they get themselves the Drake, and I think TL's going to be pretty happy with that, especially with how the fight started, with Gen.G committing a lot before their members were really in a position to follow up, allowing TL to punish them.
Where is that money going for the extra kills here? So many of them going into the hands of Jensen from the side of Team Liquid. This first one, you know, Santorin's able to jump over the wall, they execute on support, plus with Miss Fortune ultimate down now, they're able to chase through. Lee Sin with the execution on the Dragon. Alfari was getting real reckless here, jumping in on Mini-Gnar, but thankfully, Clid not able to get him as far as knockback goes, and Jensen cleaning up that other one. Wow, the 2 members are stuck inside the pit.
you can see that TL was a little indecisive at a point there because they were like, if we split, BDD and Ruler could in theory just kill all of us, but they wanted to make sure they get the kill, and then so much invested the flash and everything from the bot side of the map to be able to trade back. So
that was the quick replay, and it was Team Liquid staying alive here in the World Championship, and yet the gold deficit is still 1,000, growing now as the first turret of the game is taken. We get to nearly 2K to Gen G. That said, it is slowed down by the fact that 2 Dragons belong to Team Liquid, and they're on pace for a very, very fast cloud goal if it goes their way. Top lane turret, looks like that'll be a 3v for them.
Yeah, Rascal very accustomed to playing on the east side of the map, not going to overextend, not going to drop there. It's nothing extra gained as Team Liquid get the other half of that trade from the bottom side. Exchange. Meanwhile, teleports all used in the last play. The only one there's no fight from Team Liquid because as we said, no teleport. Lead in, health turret, health. They can push on top turret as well as vision up here. So this is going to be the will finish up the counter turret. Big damage to the team to jump to. He's running down and just gets deleted. And they knock down poor JJ. Turret trade of a top tier team. That one all the way into the inhibitor turret. This is big wins for Gen G, finding that big way inside.
and it's just really good awareness from Gen G because they recognize that, hey, even if Team Liquid is first in tier 1 in the bot lane, thanks to the Riptile and no one answering from Team Liquid, there's no way that they're going to be able to stop us from pushing all the way down to the tier 3. So it's actually Gen G that ended up getting a huge gold advantage, supplemented by the kill that they were able to get onto poor JJ. So while their mid lane turret does go down, Gen G continue to extend it.
You have to be very careful when you navigate the mid game in games like this where you trade sides. Both teams should be well aware that when you re-enter your blue quadrant into the jungle, you are re-entering through tons of enemy vision. Because your opponent just traded with you there, you have to clear all the wards. That's number one thing on Genji's list here. You see them immediately sussing every single one of those out. Multiple control wards going down, Reaper goes down, and immediately they clean the area in preparation for the Dragon.
Taking a range on the Dragon up in 18 seconds. It would be sole point for Team Liquid. They've got to fight back. A 1,600 gold deficit for that to happen.
They need to let Alfari auto and get rage off of minions because the biggest thing in the last Dragon fight, he was mini Gnar recently exhausted, and he's coming into this one with no Gnar rage bar either.
Push the ward hop out of the pit as well, so Gen G gonna feel pretty good about cooldowns momentarily. But both teams are grouped up, ready to fight for it. Level 10 for both junglers. No for split, that may not matter. BDD waiting in the wings. He's got a blast blade to use as well. Rascal zoned out by Alfari, level 12 for both of those. Smite fight gonna come up soon. Both got the summoner spell. Root's gonna be found on the life, is decent damage. BDD still waiting to take his play, waiting out of the vision. Smite fight comes in, Sanctuary claims the third dragon, and it's time to run away for Team Liquid. But that said, Alfari is Mega Gnar, and they're gonna go for the play. They get a charm into one, life gonna lose some health, but he's staying alive for this one. Centaurn gonna drop, and the opposing support will just barely live.
It was a huge commitment from poor JJ, but the rest of Team Liquid could not follow up on that engage. I was keeping my eyes on Alfari, but he didn't.
No, really? Oh my
gosh! Life. And then once you overcommit for a Leona, you know that Gen G have so many zoning tools with the Taliyah along with the Misfortune ultimate that it was too difficult for TL to successfully follow.
Yeah, excellent fingers on BDD. Flashes right out of there, so you can see the idea of Alfari listen Mega Gnar. They have control ward in the rush. Today wants to do it, but they were a little bit closer. He goes right in, splits the carries, and BDD flashes away as Centaurn goes in, so they can easily just turn and focus him down. Big commitment onto the supports there for the addition from Team Liquid. Just a little bit too early. If they walk a tiny bit further
also it gives you another win condition, which is that Elder Drake. The sooner that is alive, the sooner you can force those fights. And one of the late game terrors that I am still afraid of is this Yone. The fact that he is still ramping up and it's going to be harder and harder to deal with. If you can force him into a fight before he gets to that point around the Elder, then I think Team Liquid is still in a good position to be able to take control of this game, especially with Jensen completing his second item and still being very strong.
So we wait and count down the moments. Baron has spawned just now. Team Liquid trying to now get rid of some more vision. Honestly, the river lit up by Gen G until moments ago. A couple of zombie wards fall and the rest of them time out. And this could be a pickoff on a tactical. He has summoners. And now with the Cloud Drifting the lock out of range with life, Nate finds himself a target as well. Centurion holding mid.
He's a bit low on mana too. If he gets output from AD carries here, the difference is giant. Ruler here sitting with the double power spike with the LPR on top of it. He can have big ultimates plus the ability with Gale Force to get into some very precarious positions. Full summoners and Gale Force active already. If they can get that recall there for tactical, at least he picks up the last whisper component, but it's still going to be tremendous zoning advantage and damage output advantage there for the guy off of Ruler's back. Meanwhile, Jensen has to come up with a big play here for Team Liquid. The long range Syndra stun is one of your best tools when you have control of vision through the river like they do here. He was the one, the recipient of all these early kills. So Bert is there as well if he finds himself being all in, but has to hit one of these big stuns in order for Team Liquid to actually find that team fight win.
Go to farming until he can find the rest of Lord Dominic's, but yes, Ruler is a big deal. Slid on 1.5 items. That's the start. So I feel like people have been going away from. But in this case, he wants to have the active back even after he breaks his stopwatch. Waiting for the rest of the champions to back up. There is no parlay. That'll be a very big power spike to make him a good front line.
I kind of like actually what Team Liquid did there too. You see the shadowing before JJ to ensure that Jensen can't push out on top side without any of these surprise plays to burn a flash before the team fight. It's these minutes leading up to the team fight sometimes where you can actually make the biggest play. Burning out a flash on Ruler or on Jensen, something like that, would have really big ramifications for when the objective does arrive, when hitting here on the Dragon, as everybody's now resetting and getting those control wards to set up for it.
Clear for the mid wave. We hope, at least for TL's sake, that Lord Dominic can be completed with that skill to match the items. But Gen G gonna start controlling this top river, getting rid of zombie wards and everything else down. There's a help a bit there, staying invisible, so that can't be easily cleaned away. As we now know, 45, TL has been on a breakneck pace to go for a soul, and so far this fight's have mostly been good for Santorin. You can make it 3 for 3 of the contested dragons here. His mid lane is fought over, and we have 30 seconds of the timer.
Yone, though, continuing to push in the top lane. He's creating this extra point of pressure. Gen G is hovering around the Baron. The good news for Team Liquid is his control ward just sitting behind them, ready to use them to teleport. They're bleeding it out. They're forcing Team Liquid to come face it into them. BDD has Rooster with the team. Rascal has the teleport as well. There is one ward to the left of Jensen. 2 seconds time.
And Gen G just going to kind of split the play and say, look, you can go ahead and solo Dragon, we'll start Baron if it happens. So TL, as long as they can play Vision, though, should be given Dragon Soul. And roaming around, Ruler the same, and it's just Top and Bot are going to duel the Dragon. So Cloud Soul will be claimed very soon, but still playing the Fog of War.
And Gen G don't have
This is the play. They're going to find the stun. Fortune takes charge, but cannot quite get out. Life finds the stun, and Life finds a death out of the opposing support, and now Clid locks them up. TL have to find a way to run away. They will do so. They are fast, but they are 4v5.
It's also Meganar expired for Alfari, so you have to give that turret. Even after the recall, they just go for the big. They get the soul in exchange for the life of 4JJ. Big power as well. Support, survival timer here to get back up from a kill, though, is very short because of the low level. See if he can get back in time. Ultimate use for Vision.
All right, and that means they know what's happening. 9,000 on the Baron. How do you win this fight without a support? You have a Dragon Soul, but you are in a 4v5. Rascal ults to build up the rage. Life comes in, wants Jensen, Zonya's bird. First engage, not gonna land. Jensen flashes. Big damage for BDD, gets one. BDD gets back out. Alfari has a flash. Can he get the dunk? Gonna go for the slow first, forces Ruler's flash. Wants to find the targets. Can he make it happen? Has flash, 2.5 flash. Wants to get in. BDD flashes a safety. Great fingers. Side steps for JJ, but they might just kill him. Will tether back, and it means TL will answer a kill. 1 for 1, both mid laners are down. Dragon Skull still gives the move speed, meaning TL could still chase down. Santorin wants to, Orty Ward hops once, Q's not gonna land, they're gonna give up the chase.
I think Team Liquid should just force the Baron right now. They know they have the numbers advantage. Jensen is going to be up way before with teleport as well. And their health bar is so much greater than that of the team, especially after that scam. Instead they're going to go back to base because this initial engage from Gen G again, using the Baron to force the fight, forces Jensen to come back really early, and then the collapse comes through from BDD. Family is able to zone away so many members of the Baron's ultimate. This is
So they'll be pretty happy to keep this there by Team Liquid the entire time. There's no way looking this Baron. There's no way you're fighting inside the pit. Just the Yone was so hard for them to deal with. So that play on Baron was actually getting his teleport to this momentum from Gen. On this Baron, but if they can slowly take their time, BDD's gonna head over.
The Captain is here as well, and Nar's going over as Mega Gnar. I mean, Clid, he does have Flash, he has ult, he has Smite, and now TL realized, okay,